Hello, we are the Weems family, and we are here to read you a Christmas story. Have you ever wished that Christmas came more than once a year? We have. The story we picked out is about how, if you want to, Christmas can come every day of the year.
When we were kids, our parents used to read us a story called The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. This isn't that story. Instead, we are going to read a story about how he came to write that story in the first place. You see, Antoine didn't start out as a writer. He started out as a soldier who fought against the fascists in the Spanish Civil War. He actually wrote a story about it called The Smile. That is a story we would like to share with you now. It isn't clear if he meant his story to be autobiographical or fiction. We like to believe it was the former. He said that he was captured by the enemy and thrown into a jail cell. He was sure that from the angry looks and rough treatment he received from his jailers, that he would be executed the next day.
I was sure that I was going to be killed, he said. I became terribly nervous and fearful, and I looked to see if there were any cigarettes that had escaped the guards searching. I found one, and because of my shaking hands, I could barely get it to my lip. But I had no matches. The guards had taken those. I looked through the bars at my jailer. He did not make eye contact with me. After all, one does not make eye contact with someone they are about to kill. I called out to him, "Have you got a light, por favor?" He looked at me, shrugged, and came over to light my cigarette.
As he came close and lit the match, his eyes accidentally locked with mine. At that moment, I smiled. I don't know why I did that. Perhaps it was nervousness. Perhaps it was because, when you get very close, one to another, it is very hard to smile. In any case, I smiled. In that instant, it was as if a spark jumped the gap between our two hearts, between our two human souls. I know he didn't want to, but my smile leaped through the bars and generated a smile on his lips, too. He lit my cigarette, but stayed near, looking at me straight in the eyes and continuing to smile.
I kept smiling at him, now aware of him as a person and not as a jailer. And as he looked at me, he seemed to see something new in me, too. "Do you have kids?" he asked.
Yes, here. I took out my wallet and nervously fumbled for pictures of my family. He too took out the pictures of his niños and began to talk about his plans and hopes for them. My eyes filled with tears. I said that I feared that I'd never see my family again, never have the chance to see them grow up. Tears came to his eyes, too.
Suddenly, without another word, he unlocked my cell and quietly led me out of the jail. By silent and dark back roads, he secreted me out of the town. There, at the edge of town, he released me, and without another word, he returned back towards the town. His life was saved by a smile.
Yes, the smile, the unplanned, genuine, natural connection between people. It doesn't make any difference how big or how small a house we have, or how many toys we did or didn't get for Christmas, how nice our clothes are or not. At the very bottom of who we are, we all have an authentic, essential self. Some people call it our spirit, and others call it our soul. Antoine de Saint-Exupéry believed, and we believe too, that if that part of you and that part of me could recognize each other, we couldn't have hate or envy or fear. But all of our busyness and trying to be smarter or richer or more comfortable than the next guy gets in our way. St. Exupéry's story speaks of that magic moment between two souls get past all of that and recognize each other with a smile.
We borrowed this story from Chicken Soup for the Soul, but changed it a little to tell it to you this Christmas. Think about a time when you smiled. I mean, really smiled at someone. Maybe it was when you were with a friend. Maybe it was at a girl or a guy you like a lot. And almost everybody smiles when they see a baby, right? Why do we smile when we look at babies? There is nothing fake at all about a baby smile, which is why I think we like to smile back at them. Their smiles come right from the bottom of their brand new human hearts. We see it, and the baby soul inside us can't help but smile back.
At first, this might not seem like a Christmas story, but it is. It's the purest Christmas story there is, because it reminds us that the baby Jesus didn't come so that we could celebrate just once a year with gifts and presents. He came to Bethlehem wrapped in nothing but swaddling clothes and a smile. He came so that every day we have the chance to celebrate by giving the gift of a smile to our friends and our enemies, to people we love and people we are having a hard time loving, to those in our tribe and those outside our tribe. He came to remind us that to be a Christian is to love, and to love is to remember to smile, not so much with our mouths, but with the fullness of our souls. That's a Christmas we can give every single day of the year.
Here's wishing you a peaceful Advent, and Merry Christmas, and all the best in the new year.
Merry Christmas from the Weems family. Okay,
Are we
first
ready
I'm
to
going to make
start?
sure we're framed. There we go. Okay?
Are you going to edit this out?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
Oh,
My butt,
My foot is
my
asleep.
butt and back, and my legs.
You're young.